I'm Alana, and welcome back to YogaYin. Thank you so much for joining us. Today I'm going to share with you a sequence today. It's a full-length sequence that I put together. It's yoga for fertility. I've had a lot of success with fertility and women with infertility. This is a sequence I put together specifically for a student I've been working with the past couple of months, but I wanted to share it with you as well because it's hard to come across a full-length yoga series for fertility. I have little sound bites, 5 minutes, 7 minutes that you can access on my channel, but if you want to practice a full practice together, this is the one for you. Please keep your feedback coming. I love to hear it and it helps me improve as well. Namaste. Okay, so what I want you to do first of all is come to your mat. We're going to come down into a cat pose on all fours. And I want your hands directly underneath your shoulders and your knees at this stage directly underneath your hips. And this is just going to start to warm up your spine. So when you're ready, inner elbows towards one another, and I want you to inhale and open out the throat, but try not to dip too much through the lower back. And exhale and curl through the spine. Inhale to open. Exhale and curl. Inhaling to open. Exhale and curl. And one more, inhaling to open. And exhale and curl. Come back to center when you're ready. And we're going to slide one arm underneath the body. Lying the head down on the mat, reaching the other arm towards the ceiling and tucking that hand behind the spine as far as it will go. Releasing out any tension in the shoulders, while still maintaining a nice comfortable cat position. Taking another deep breath here. And then reaching the arm up, bringing it down, coming back up into cat, and then coming into the same on the other side. Reaching that arm up, tucking it back behind the spine. Staying here for a few deep breaths. And then raise it, release it, come back up into a cat pose. Take your knees out nice and wide now, and I want you to practice what I call sexy cat. Just rotating the hips, making circles with the buttock, and starting to free up that pelvic area, which is often quite tight, quite restricted. And we want to get the blood flow right down into this area. Now, if you find that your moving is quite clunky, you can start from side to side. But if you can do the complete circles, you feel it's much more beneficial. Works into your lower back as well if you have any lower back pain. And then reverse those circles. Make sure that you're not coming back and around. You're actually trying to isolate this area and free up the pelvis. Couple more rounds. Good. And then come back to a neutral spine. From here, we're going to keep our knees out to the sides of our mat, big toes together. Bring the buttocks back to the heels. And this is where you can bring in a pillow if you like. It's completely up to you. You can either rest in pose of a child and stretch your arms forward. Or you can bring a pillow Just rest on the pillow. Let the belly be free. We often tuck our belly in and hold it really tight. It doesn't help that pelvic area. It doesn't allow the blood to flow freely. So in fertility yoga, we're not practicing hard and fast. Walking your hands back now, tucking your toes under. And just really releasing all the way up, coming to a Tadasana spine. So turning to face me, feet are hip distance apart, underneath your hips. Look down and check, because we often think our hips are much wider than they actually are. Raise your toes and spread them, plant them down into the mat, and lift up your heels and plant them down. Soften at your knees if you lock your knees back like I do. Tuck your tailbone under. And gently draw up through the sides. We're going to try and let that belly be free. Roll your shoulders back and down. And chin tucks in, so neck is long. Now we're going to raise the arms up and over the head. And for the purpose of this, I'm going to step my feet out a little wider, but you can keep your feet exactly where they are if you like. I just want you to be able to see these hands. So we're reaching up towards the ceiling, and then when you're ready, gently tilting over to your right, stretching out the side of the body, taking a deep breath here, and then inhaling, coming back to center, and exhaling to the other side, making a note of which side feels a little more tight for you today, which side feels better. Ardha Chandrasana. So I'll show you what that looks like now with feet together, over to the side, taking a deep breath here and then inhaling, coming back, and to the other side, reaching out and coming back. And we're practicing that so we can work into our liver and gallbladder meridians, which are really important when it comes to fertility. When you're ready, I want you to just fall forward gently. Just come to where you're comfortable and hang here. Taking a deep breath and letting it out. And then gently just circling from side to side. Releasing off, stretching out the lower back and the glutes. Coming back to center. And gently rolling all the way up. Shoulders, neck, head. And the last to come up. Stepping the feet out nice and wide. And we're going to practice now circling the hips like we did in cat pose. Really important to free up this area. Don't worry if you feel silly, nobody's watching you. And to the other side. And in the other direction. And if you want to feel some support while you do this, place your hands against the wall. Lean against the wall. And circle. And this can sometimes make it much easier. And then come back to your mat, and we're going to practice another lateral side bending pose to work into the liver. So I want you to step your feet out nice and wide. Turn the left foot out and the back foot in. twist your hips towards the center. Now don't worry if you're not completely square, just adjust your back foot if you're not. Inhale from your heart to your fingertips. Exhale, tilt from your hips. No weight on the hands, hand is on the leg, other hand is on the hip. Tilt your chest up towards the ceiling, raise your arm, look at the ceiling. A few deep breaths here. Coming down a little lower if you can, bring your fingertips all the way to the mat. Looking down at the foot, coming all the way back up, bending the knee now, deepening that side stretch, resting the arm on the knee, other hand to the hip, opening out. And then releasing, looking down at the foot. Coming all the way back up to center. Turning your toes out towards the side of the mat, couple of rounds of Qigong. Sweeping the earth. Releasing the body. Letting it all go. Turning out that left foot now. Ideally you want the back of your left heel to come to the center of the right foot, but if that doesn't work for you, as I said, just shift that back foot. Turn towards the center, hips nice and straight. Inhale here, exhale, fold to one side, drop your hand down. No weight in the hand. Other hand to the hip, turning the chest to look at the ceiling, reaching up, triangle pose. And I'm going to come down to the floor. Exhaling, looking down. Inhaling, coming up. Coming now into Svanasana. And the elbow on the knee. Coming out, hand all the way up and over now. Turning your head to look at the ceiling. So again, deep stretches into those liver and gallbladder meridians. And then looking down, coming all the way. Coming all the way back up to center, releasing the arms. Stepping the legs in a little closer, but not too close. And we are going to practice Kali Chakrasana, helicopter pose. I want you to keep your arms nice and loose. Move slowly through the space. Close your eyes if you need to. If you have issues in your lower back, I want you to keep your arms nice and low. You can now raise your arms to the middle spine if you wish to. And then continue up and over the head. And then gently start to come all the way back down. Not worrying about your posture now. Now I want you to feel your weight in your feet. You should be feeling quite grounded now. Sometimes when we are going through this process, it can be incredibly stressful, and all of that stress rides up into our upper body. But these poses just send it right back down so that we're grounded, less anxiety. It's very hard to be anxious when you're grounded. I want you to bring the tip of your thumb and your forefinger together, Yoni Mudra, and I want you to place it just over your pelvis. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. And send your breath down into your pelvis, so as you breathe in, you can feel the hands on the belly rise. And as you breathe out, it draws gently back to the spine. Couple more deep breaths here. When you're ready, float your eyes open. Come down to your mat.